My Plumbago plants came from a shop near the airport at the bottom of the mountains in Kumamoto. There was probably a simple tag, but I have to admit I just really like the colour of the flowers. I planted them both next to each other in my new border at the side of the car park, and I didn't really think much about them. The next summer there were a few vivid blue flowers, but the plants really didn't do much and just sprawled everywhere. I was watching a video and I came across the plant and it just looked really, really beautiful, so I investigated. It turns out my plant was in totally the wrong place. I moved one in April and the other one I'm about to move now. But first, I'd like to tell you a bit more about this beautiful plant. Plumbago in Japanese is ruri matsuri. This is azure blue is the ruri, and then matsuri is festival, so it means like a festival of bright blue flowers. It can be trained up to 4 meters up a wall, or in my case, it's going to go down a wall, and flowers from June to late autumn prolifically. There are constant flowers if it has enough sunlight and enough feed. Ruri Matsuri or Plumbago used to be very popular in Japan. It had a little bit of a boom going, but is less popular now. It totally loves the sun and is not really fussy about the soil. It responds really well to regular feeds apparently, and the flowers grow best on new growth, although they will grow on the old growth too. Look at all the buds on this plant now that I've moved it to a better place. It's going to be just full of flowers in another couple of weeks. I can't wait to see it. So join me as I move my other plant to a much better position, and I'll show you the soil I used and the steps I went through to move it. I'd be lying if I said that I took a lot of special care when I transplanted this first plant in April. I basically just dug a hole and put it in by the side of the wall and hoped that it would live. Plant 2 is in totally the wrong place. As you can see, it is sprawling everywhere. It has very few flowers and it is suffocating the other flowers that are underneath it or around it. It's just one big green mess here in this border. So it's going to come out and I'm going to put it in my new border, which isn't quite ready yet. I imagine it's going to look really good on this fence, going across the fence and down the wall at the bottom. I think it will look beautiful. I've been madly trying to prepare the ground for it. This is basically gravel that I'm sieving out and trying to get rid of most of the big stones, and there are a lot of big stones. I have just basically been sieving and sieving and sieving and adding the stones that I've taken out to my pathways. It's a bit crazy really. I kept going until I hit the clay at the bottom. Okay, so first I'm going to put in this, which is cow manure or gyu feng in Japanese. Now, it's not 100% cow manure. If you look on the label, it says bark, which is bark, and then it says leaves and branches and other bits of trees. That's 70% of this. So it's almost all bark, but it has 30% of cow manure in it as well, so it's all mixed up together. So I don't think you really need to worry too much about overdoing the cow dung when you're using this. I sometimes just use it as a mulch even on top of vegetables in the summer and wait for the cow manure to go down with the rain. I'm just going to mix this in now and put some leaf mulch on top so that I can really easily see where I've been and where I haven't been after it rains or something. So this is my bag of leaf mulch. The kanji, the Chinese character in the middle, is leaf, and this is soil, and this just means composted basically. Okay, and it says it's for using at the home. It's half the weight of the last bag I opened. It's only 20 litres, but I do know that I got this on sale and it was 331 yen. So personally, I don't think that's too bad when you consider how much you pay for flowers. And this is very, very good for either mixing into the soil to make the soil better for planting, or for using as a mulch on top. Right, so that's the leaf mulch on top. As you can see, it really shows up really well where I've done and where I haven't done, which is what I really wanted there as a marker. Look how big that root is, how well it's been growing in the garden, and how much growth it has. The space that I took it from, you can see just how much damage it was doing to the rest of the bed. There is a lot more space under there now. The verbascum in particular will be very happy, as will the dahlia that's just here. There's one verbascum there and a verbascum there. So for the moment, I'm just going to leave this bed. Move the mulch that I just left on there. I'm going to add this soil. Now, it doesn't have any fertilizer in it whatsoever. And everything I've read about this plant says it really doesn't care what soil it's in. So I think it's going to be fine with just the cow manure that we put in yesterday, even though the cow manure was only like 30% of that bark. So I'm just going to mix this in a little bit. So I think that's good to go. I will just put a bit of this leaf mulch in. Right, so first I'm going to plant it up and have a look at it. Now, I want the tallest branches towards the fence, so that is working well. It had deep roots, so I'm going to give those roots plenty of space to go back down again. So this is where I want it. I think it looks pretty good there. I think it'll be fine. And I think I can trail it up onto the fence okay. Now it's really sprawling, and when you transplant a plant, you're supposed to cut off as much of the growth as possible. So I'm actually going to cut off nearly all of the front growth, but I'm going to leave a couple of the longer ones at the back and just see how it does after a good water for the next couple of days. And if it looks like it's struggling, then I'll just come back and cut off the other couple of branches too. But it's kind of sad that I had to dig it up and transplant it in September when the flowers keep going through till November. So maybe, just maybe, it'll give me a couple of flowers if I leave a couple of branches. Okay, so I've taken off quite a lot of the branches. That's quite a lot there. As you'll see, I've taken off nearly all of the branches at the front. If you can see, if I come in, you can see that I have cut it back, always cut it back to a nodule where leaves were growing out. Hopefully this will encourage it to grow back as quickly as possible. And and I've just left 3 branches coming up. They're already drooping from being cut up, but I'm going to give it, I've already watered it once before I cut the branches, and I'm going to give it another big water, and then I'm going to put some mulch back on, and I'm going to come over the next couple of days. Every day I'm going to come and just check it, make sure it's doing okay. If it looks like it's too stressed, I'll cut those back branches off so that it has a better chance of surviving. That was total wishful thinking on my behalf. It did not perk up, and I went back and I cut those 3 branches off just 2 days later. It definitely is a lot healthier now, and it has small new leaves forming. So there you go.